Instead of unmuting my microphone, I muted it right there. How is it going? Thank you so much for joining us on this wonderful day. Welcome to the Morning Hookah Show, the show that is in the morning and all about hookah and more. We like to talk about the industry, the world of hookah, the products, how it's made, and the people that make it. The Morning Show is here every single Saturday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time with a new topic right here at youtube.com/morninghookah. I am the host on this adventure. Matt, I've been smoking for a little bit over 10 years, working in the industry as a reviewer, product taster, personality, host of the Russian-based Hookah Battle. I don't know if that's a good thing to say anymore. I jest 100%. Thank you so much for joining me today. This week, I am very, very excited because I'm being joined by a very special guest, the man behind Kakas Hookahs. He'll correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it sounds great to say Kakas Hookahs is an online retail shop, wholesale shop in the UK with a great variety of hookahs, bowls, and more, finding ways to create excitement. And he does a very good job of creating excitement with products and showcasing them. I feel like he always has something new, and he does a really good job of involving products from all over the world. Thank you so much, Kasem, for hanging out with me and enjoying this Saturday. I hope you're doing well. So let me go ahead and ask you, how are you doing today, and what's going on, man? Yeah, I was mightily surprised when, because we had been trying to talk to each other back and forth to get the sound check. I did not have you unmuted, so obviously I did a terrible job with my sound check because you were not unmuted right there. That was all my fault, but longtime viewers of the show should realize that technical difficulties is just another way to enjoy this wonderful show that we do here. So you should be unmuted now. That was my fault, nothing on you. So let's hear you again. How's it going? And
Good,
thank you for joining
good,
me.
good. Obviously, thanks for having me. I'm a bit tired. Obviously, we had our sound check last night around 2 a.m. my local time, so I'm a bit rough, but I'm here. I'm here for it today.
Very good. Yeah. I messaged you late my time, so I knew it was very early your time. And I was like, I was going like, please let him be awake. I was like, hey, you awake? And you're like, yeah, I think I'm awake. I'm like, all right, sounds good. Let's go. Let's do this sound check real quick. And so we were able to get everything checked, and everything's going to be good. We went through our notes that we have. We have a lot of stuff planned for today. The plan for today's show is to talk a lot about hookah from all over the world and trying to keep it all exciting through making things available for your customers, for building that brand, and like just really trying to figure out the best way for online sales and keeping that exciting. Because I feel like the thing about online sales, you can correct me if I'm wrong, obviously, but the excitement is so important to make sure you have that hype around you to get people excited to want to purchase items that you're selling and stuff, and then also having things that people want, right?
Yeah, I mean, especially with stuff coming from Russia, Germany, and even the States, we don't have that stuff here, so we have to market it and we have to tell people why they
Yes.
need this product, explain the features, materials, why this shisha will replace the clear moon they've got at home that's probably
I feel
half
like
rusted. And
I feel like that is definitely a difficult task to make people understand why they should be excited for something, because we'll get into it. We'll get into it. That's going to be a
yes.
very interesting conversation to be had with you, especially. But to start the show, we're actually going to do an interview with you. We're going to go ahead and have an interview with you, and then we're going to play a game at the end of this that is called They Told Us What It Was. Can we guess what it is? I'm excited to play this game with you. I think you're gonna have a good time. It's become a favorite of mine, and I hope everybody enjoys it as well. Good morning, Eddie. Good morning, Travis. Good morning, Levant. Good morning, Rose F. Death. Thank you so much for joining. Moscow Hookah is here as well. Appreciate you guys coming out, hanging out with us. Make sure you smack that like button around, and also don't forget to share this video out into the world of hookah. Share it on your Instagram feed, on your Facebook feed. Share it if you're if you're a owner like you, Kasim. If you're an owner, I can't like legally tell you to force your employees to then watch this as well, but like you could like definitely recommend it. I
I'll
mean,
try. I'll try my best. Before we start, Matt, before
yeah,
we start, I just want to say that I am a long-time AM Hooker listener. I don't know if you obviously remember me from when you guys were doing the podcasts,
I
but
do, I do, I do.
I would stay up until early mornings, UK time, and obviously listen to you guys talk. I thought it was good. I don't obviously Adrian had to do his own thing, but I mean it was good to show what you guys were doing at the time.
It was a lot of fun.
and I appreciate it.
We loved the AM Hookah podcast. It came to a close the way that it did because it was just one of those things where it was time to move on a little bit and do different things. And I've tried my best to carry the mantle of the this whole online podcasting interview type stuff and everything. And luckily for me, I've made some very good friends, yourself included, and some awesome people around the community that have allowed me to that have come onto the show and been a part of this and hung out with me, talked about hookah just for a few hours in the early morning of my Saturday and the late afternoon for some of you guys. But I got to tell you, the one thing that I can't say enough appreciation on like my end of things is the love and support that we've always had from the UK and from Europe. And it's just been it's been a fantastic ride, and I can't tell you how amazing it is to talk to people that I've known and watched and like learned about and then like become more friends with and been able to have better conversations with and stuff. So I appreciate your appreciation of the AM Hookah podcast and what we do here, and I appreciate you for coming on and being a part of this as well. You are now a part of the history of this
That's
channel.
it. Matt, you're the last man standing for the American YouTube hooker.
I think on YouTube that might be true. There's a few awesome people on Instagram. There's some great people that are keeping the tradition alive on Twitch as well. Hookah Host is over there on Twitch, and they do a fantastic job. There is a really good American YouTuber that I've become a big fan of named Hookahs and Afro. Or Afros and Hookahs. I can't remember the name. It's either Hookah and Afros or Afros and
Oh, I
Hookahs.
think I've seen him on his videos on Hookah University.
Yes, and he's been on there as
Yeah,
well. So if you guys are not like, here's the thing: is like our community will only grow if we support one another. So please
yeah.
support the people that are doing the content. Be there and support them. Be there to help them. Just we have to look out for one another because if we want to see this community grow and keep building, we have to be there and we have to be the ones that do that supporting for it and stuff. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get into this. The first thing we're going to do is have an interview. So I'm going to go ahead and just ask you right off the bat. Well, hold on. I know you're not smoking, but you did ask me what I was going to be smoking today.
Yes.
So let me go ahead and tell you what I'm smoking. I got an order of must-have in, and
Oh,
oh boy, got to have this must-have tobacco
yep,
because
yep.
woo! Today I'm doing a mixture of space flavor. I am so happy that I tried this space flavor. I love lychee flavors in general, and this space flavor is a fantastic lychee flavor. It's
It's got lychee in it, a bit
passion
of
fruit.
rose, and passion fruit.
Yeah. It is so very good. And then I mixed it with Pinkman because when you have must have, that's
Yep,
what you do. And then I put just a little bit of Frosty in it. I really like how
yeah,
Frosty is not trying to hurt you as you smoke it. It's just a
yeah.
nice mint, and I really
Like dark
appreciate that.
side, like a supernova does. Just
Yeah, I think I can take a small break from needing my mints to hurt me anymore. I'm
yeah,
okay with just
definitely.
enjoying the mint flavor for a little while. Let's go ahead and get into the interview now. And I'm using my
Sure.
my Regal, my amazing Regal, with a alpaca bowl with Provost 3 Prestige Coconut Jumbo Flats, the proud sponsor of the Morning Hookah podcast. And I tried to do a little bit of an underpack. I don't know if I would make Muscout proud with my underpack, but I hope I would. But let's go ahead.
Possibly.
Let's go ahead and get into the. Let's get into this wonderful interview that we're going to have. I want to ask you, what is
Yes.
your hookah story? Please tell us, how did you get started in this crazy hobby?
I I think the first time that I tried a shisha myself, I was maybe 14 or 15, I'd say. We were at a house party and there was like some older guys there. They had the shisha running and whatnot. And then the next day they'd left it there. And then we just stuck some coals on it. It was like it was half a burnt bowl. But obviously, the first time I've tried a shisha, it tasted good to me. And then from that point, it was just go. It was just go. And like when I started smoking in the UK, you could be 16 and legally smoke. So we were going to CAFs when we were 15, 16 anyway. But yeah, I mean, I remember there was one time we tried to light a shisha at home. I literally just had a barbecue briquette and I just stuck it on the burner. I was like, this should work. I mean, why not? It's cold. About an hour later, I put it on there. Nothing happened. I was like, oh, it's sad times. But yeah, I mean,
I'm,
from
gl- I'm
that point on,
I'm glad nothing happened. I'm glad
Yeah, I know.
that the only part of this story is that it just didn't work. I'm glad that that
Yeah,
was the end of this
yeah.
story because it could have been very bad. It could have ended very
I
badly
know.
for you.
I know. Well, I wanted to smoke that day. I mean, I would have been happy either way, but
All right. Well, that's awesome to hear about your hookah story. I think we all started. Do you remember what the very first what the flavor was that you smoked the first time?
I think back then it was mostly Nakla, so I think it was probably Nakla fruit cocktail,
Oh, geez. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
the fruit cocktail one, or I think the main three that were readily available were like either Nakla grape, double apple, and the cocktail. Those
Now,
were the main three ones at the time that were available.
did you ever have to deal with grape tasting like ketchup with Nakla, or is that more of an AF thing
Mm,
only?
no, that's no. If you, I would recommend
Uh-huh.
Nakla's grape. It's
Okay.
very good.
I've never tried
I would
Nakla's
recommend
grape.
it. I can't stand AF grape.
I don't remember the last time that I smoked anything Nakla.
Yeah.
It's been a
No,
very long time.
recently I did order 2 packs of Nakla, one ice grape and one orange.
Maybe it's time to
It's good
try.
stuff. It's
Maybe,
good stuff. Get it.
maybe
And
it's
you guys
time.
have it readily available in the US, so you guys are lucky.
And it's pretty cheap. If I'm looking for some
Yeah,
cheaper
it's
smokes,
very
then
cheap.
that's definitely a good idea. All right, let's go ahead and ask you, how do you like to smoke? What is your preferred smoking? Like, how do you enjoy it? What kind of flavors do you like? What is it that you kind of lean towards when it comes to getting your smoke out?
Has to be dark leaf now. I mean, I can't do blonde leaf now. I might as well vape if I'm going to do blonde leaf now. Um, it depends. I mean, if it's Tangiers, I'll go dense pack. You know, more heat than normal people will do. If it's Russian stuff, maybe in a killer, maybe overpack it a bit, put a Negrani or a I don't use lotuses, but a Negrani, 3 or 4 colds. So I like to smoke quite hot, quite like a bit of nicotine hit. But yeah, as long as it's dark leaf, I'm happy.
All right, all
But
right. I can definitely. I know that over the years, I think a lot of people transition from that brightness of the blondes into the more
yeah,
fullness of the dark leaf and stuff. So
yeah,
I definitely understand where you're coming from with that. I don't think that I smoke hot. Like
yeah,
whenever I smoke with other people, I never think that I'm the hot smoker in the group.
yeah,
So that's what I've kind of learned. Like I always think like, yeah, I smoke pretty hot. I got 3 coals in here right now and stuff. And then I meet more people that are like smoking with four cubes and stuff like that. So like, I don't think I smoke
yeah,
hot. So when you say that you smoke hot, I believe you, and it makes me a little bit more hesitant to try your bowls if I ever get anything packed by you. But I would still greatly appreciate it and enjoy it with you. So I was going to ask you, with that, do you like to smoke hot, super buzzy? Do you like trying new things out, or do you feel like you're kind of getting into a rhythm
mm,
of smoking the
mm,
things that you enjoy and sticking with
no,
those?
no. Like whenever I order tobacco, maybe 20% of the order will be flavors I'm familiar with, and the other 80% will be all new flavors. Because I get bored of flavors quite quickly. Like I'm bored of like kiwi smoothie now and must have a lot of their flavors. So I've got so many flavors like downstairs I haven't even opened yet. But yeah,
I
like
did.
now I'm getting bored of the Russian stuff. So I need to start going back to Tangiers now. I'm
Mm-hmm.
slowly going back to that because I haven't smoked it for so long.
I I'm definitely I'm still very excited about Must Have. It's a newer brand for me to really
Yeah,
experience and really
yeah,
try to smoke a lot through their flavoring and stuff. I really enjoy WTO a lot. I think that it's just a fantastic flavoring. I really enjoy their tobacco taste, but it is very difficult. Like I'm definitely somebody that falls into habits, and I enjoy
yeah.
the stuff that I enjoy. Like there's nothing better than a good old bowl of Static Starlight. I'm just gonna say it. Are you a Static
No,
Starlight smoke?
I like it. I like it.
Okay. Okay, we can
I
be
like it.
friends. We're good. We
I
can
know. I know a lot of people don't like rose and whatnot, but
It's a fantastic flavor. If you guys have
I
not
like
tried
it.
Tangier's Static Starlight, it is the go-to flavor for me when it comes to just about anything. That and Ultraviolet from Azor, those are two of my standout flavors. I love the
Yeah.
rose, the floralness to it, but then they cut it with that black grape, those citrus notes, those berry notes. It's just a fantastic, enjoyable smoke. Um,
But
I don't.
one thing I will say, I am quite envious of you now because now you're obviously starting your must-have journey.
Yeah.
So you're gonna you're at the start, and you're gonna enjoy all these flavors so much.
I
So I
love
remember,
Pinkman.
I remember literally the first time I opened the tub of kiwi smoothie, I was like, "What is this? I've smelled nothing like this before ever." And then when you smoke it, the flavors, it's like nothing. Like I can't compare it to anything I've had before.
Yeah, this
The
lychee
kiwi
flavor
smoothie
has been
or the
fantastic.
space, yeah,
Pinkman is honestly like Pinkman gets a lot of hype. It gets all of the hype when it comes to must have in my opinion, and I think it is
yeah,
completely deserving of it. Like it really is that good. It lives up to the hype. It has its unique flavor profile to it that's unlike a lot of other things. It's supposed to be a pink grapefruit, but it's so much more than that. It has so
yeah.
much more complexity to the flavorings. I think their cranberry is fantastic. I've really enjoyed using that one. Like I said, Frosty's really good. I will say that the only flavor I've been quote unquote disappointed by, and I think that this is more my fault than anything, because my expectations were so high for it, was Milky Rice. I was
I didn't
really
like it.
I was so excited for Milky Rice and to get this like creamy this porridge taste to it. Like I was hoping for vanilla notes in there as well. I had my expectations far too high for Milky Rice.
Yeah,
It's not a bad flavor by any stretch, but it's not the flavor that I thought it was going to be, if that makes sense.
yeah. I would only use Milky Rice as a mixer. I wouldn't smoke it straight.
Yeah,
If you
so
want to make a dessert flavor, that's fine, or mix it with like a raspberry kind
yeah,
of thing, that would go. But I would, when I smoked it straight, I also found that it couldn't take heat as well as some of the other flavors.
lower heat for sure. I agree. To get
Yeah,
the fullness of that creamy flavoring to it and stuff. I do
yeah,
think that it's definitely pretty good on when you mix it with other flavorings. Sweet notes are great with it. Unicorn treats I was a little disappointed by as well. So far, their desserts have not super impressed me, but it's something that I
yeah.
want to research and look more into. We have a couple things going on in the chat right now. Travis Green asking what Static Starlight is. Travis, you know what Static Starlight is. Levent says must have is very expensive. 5 Star has it if anyone is interested. They do these wonderful things called Russian pop up sale, and they just have
Yeah.
a limited amount of flavors for X amount of time that you can go on there and you can purchase and stuff. And that's how I've been getting my must have. Is getting it through 5 Star Hookah. There's been a little bit of controversy about the way that he's getting it in here. I've been told that it's all on the up and up and stuff, so like I'm not too hesitant or worried about it. It is the most accessible way for me to enjoy must have tobacco. So that's how
Yeah.
I'm going about getting must have
Well, it's
tobacco.
nothing for you guys to worry about. That'll be something for 5 Star to worry about.
That's
How?
that's how I see it too. It's already in my
Yeah,
possession. They ain't gonna come in my
yeah,
house and take my must have. It's
yeah.
all right. So let's go ahead and get into the last question for the interview. I want to ask you, tell us about Kakas Hookahs. Maybe you can explain how to pronounce it a little bit better to me, and what we should know about you and what we should know about Kakas Hookahs.
Kakas Hookahs. So when I started the website, a lot of the stuff that I wanted to buy wasn't really available here. Like, I mean, if you wanted to buy a killer bowl or a Turkish style bowl, no one sells them here. No one sells that kind of stuff here. There was some Russian stuff available, like Shisha Gear was bringing in some Russian stuff, but I mean, some of the niche stuff, some of the stuff that isn't that big a brand, that what stuff wasn't available here. And I thought, I mean, I love Shisha, and I already had an online business, so I could do all the logistics and website stuff myself. I just thought, why not? But why not? I mean, if you can work in an industry you're actually interested in, you're going to do well. And I mean, I can't complain. We're doing okay at the moment. And that was it, really. I mean,
Now you're just an online retail site and wholesale site, correct?
yes.
You're not a brick and
Uh,
mortar store at all.
no, no. In the UK, there's not many retail stores. I mean, if you saw the Hookah battle, I think three shops entered and two of them were Starbucks based. So it's because the taxes here on shops are too high, and for the kind of stuff we sell, it wouldn't be people walking in. But so like in America, you got a lot of smoke shops, and they'll sell stuff like Maya pumpkins and stuff like that. But people just want to walk in, spend, I don't know how much they go for in America, like $20, $30, I guess. They just want to spend that on a pipe and leave. Obviously, we sell quite niche, expensive stuff. We do have obviously the cheaper stuff, but at the moment we haven't got any plans for a shop. I'd love to have one, but maybe in the future. Not any plans at the moment. We're
You,
working on our wholesale side at the moment
it's
also.
so interesting because I have a very small brief history with opening up a hookah lounge as well as a hookah shop
Yep.
many years ago. This was over 10 years ago. And it is so interesting the type of clientele that we get in because I was somebody that fell in love with the enthusiast grade stuff very early on, obviously, and Tangiers and very nice things like that. But the majority of people that came into the lounge and the shop and stuff, they just wanted something that was fruity or something that was easy or something simple. And like they didn't
Yep.
care about the enthusiast grade stuff. They didn't care about the exotic flavors or anything. So like it's difficult to educate, and I don't mean that term in a negative connotation or anything, but to
Yeah.
teach them like why this hookah is better than this pumpkin hookah, why this tobacco is better than this other tobacco and stuff. So it's definitely interesting when it comes to owning online shops. You definitely have the ability to get both the newcomer that's just looking because they heard about this hookah thing, but then you also
Yep.
have the people that are interested in the more enthusiast grade type things. So I think that that's a that there's definitely an interesting divide there. So now that we've gone over this that interview, thank you so much for taking part in that. We're going to go ahead and talk about our topic for this, and we're going to be talking about the world of sales and hookahs, how to showcase the best of the best, what you have for customers, and how to keep it exciting. Because I do think that that's so important, is figuring out how to keep it exciting. What is it like to have online sales through your shop and everything, and going through and trying to figure out what products that you want to carry and sell? What is the process like for something like that?
Well, I mean, at the point we're at now, we get a lot of manufacturers contacting us now. So they'll contact us. They'll send us. They won't send us the product. They'll send us, details of new products and whatnot. But most of I mean, like 99% of the stuff online, I'll research myself. I do all the buying myself for the website. So, I'll make sure I check the materials they used. Obviously, with Russia, it's a lot easy because 99% of them are using stainless steel. You don't have to worry about, any issues like that, any aluminum rusting, stuff like that. But it's just trying to get stuff that looks good, try talk to people in Russia, see what they think of products before we buy them, get reviews from out there. I mean, a lot of these like VK groups, talking with Russians, trying to get information of them, what's hot there, what's not, what's coming out soon, and just trying to stay on top of what comes out new and just bring it in. I mean, even if we don't bring a lot of a certain product in, as long as we're bringing new stuff in, people are happy that we're stocking stuff that hard for them to get. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, like for example, the Ashwoods, we're getting the new Ashwoods in, or like limited edition McLeods, we're getting the Helios 21s in, stuff like that. The new Blanco bowls, the stone ones, we're getting those in. Um,
It must be exciting to be able to get to the point where you're now carrying exclusive things for your shop.
yeah, I mean, there's so many brands that we sell other websites don't, but it's because of the way we've sorted out our logistics and our supply chain that we can bring in so many products now. And obviously, because we're on a website, we can ship a lot more than if it's just a retail brick and mortar store.
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, it's fun. Whenever we get new pipes in, I'm always excited to, open the box, see what they look like, try them out. I mean, every delivery, I've got like 3 or 4 new pipes in the back of my house to try out and see which ones I like, which ones I don't. But that's another thing. Obviously, try and I do try and use every pipe we've got. So when people message me about them, I can give them my feedback.
Actual feedback, yeah.
Because the worst thing is if you ask, one of the questions I get the most is, what's a good pipe? If a vendor says to you, buy this pipe, they're doing a bad job because they haven't asked you what kind of draw you like, if you want a diffuser, what kind of size you want on it, what's your budget? If they're not asking those kind of questions before offering you a shisha, how can they know what you're gonna like? Because the worst thing is, if a vendor says buy this pipe, you don't like it, you're not gonna buy from them again. You're not gonna take their advice again. So that's why I try to get myself familiar with everything we buy in. Do as much research as I can before getting them in, before selling them. Or like, what's probably the most asked question is, what's a pipe that makes good smoke and is smooth? And it's like, what? they're all gonna make good smoke. It depends on your tobacco and your bowl and heat management. But I mean, a lot of people don't get that.
Oh, we got afros and hookahs in the house right now. They're the online the YouTube channel that I was talking about. You guys should go and check out afros and hookah. Fantastic job they're doing over there. He says that he's smoking 2 apples mixed with peach and a little bit of mint. The question is, are you smoking 2 apples and peach alfalfa style? Because I'm telling you right now, if you've never tried 2 apples and peach with by alfalfa, you are doing yourself a disservice. You have to try this mixture
Is
right
that a
now.
mix? Yeah,
Oh, it's
I've
so
never
good.
heard that mix.
Oh, it is a
Okay.
mix that I was smoking many years ago, and then I brought it back for the Alfaker best way to smoke Alfaker series that I did for a little while, and
Yeah.
I stand by it so much that it is a fantastic mixture. Because here's the thing: 2 apples which is an anise flavor, and their peach flavor is a very strong peachy flavor. The anise acts almost like it would be like an ingredient, like adding salt to something when you're
Yeah.
cooking. The anise is this really nice, wonderful spice flavor that really wakes up the peach, and it really just does this amazing job together when they're mixed together. So if you've not tried it, I feel like you have a decent supply of alfalfa in the UK. So you need to get yourself some 2 apple
Well,
and some peach.
I don't know. I don't know if the alpaca supply in the UK is decent. I mean, I'd say 90% of it is fake here,
Ah,
but I
well,
can
I don't.
source if I need to.
I
It's
don't
not an
know. I don't
issue.
know if the fake one will be as good, but get some real
I don't
alfalfa
think so.
and try this mixture that I'm telling you about, because I think everybody will enjoy it. It's absolutely fantastic. So I got an interesting question for you. And if you guys in the chat have any questions that you would like to ask to an online retail seller in the UK, please drop a question mark in front of it. Ask the question in the chat, and I'll make sure to ask him as well. I want to ask you, have you ever had any products that you brought in that you thought would sell better and were surprised by the fact that they didn't move in the way that you thought they would move? And following up on that, why do you think that could be? Like, what do you think would be the reasoning for that?
Yeah, I mean, there's loads of stuff that we've brought in we thought would sell better. I mean, the Vespas, they're made by Union. They're stainless steel pipes, but the normal ones they didn't sell as well. I don't know why. I mean, I can only put it down to
I think they
just
oversaturated the market so quickly with Union, and I think that they became this like pipe that so many people got so quickly early on. And I think
yeah.
people realize that they're good quality. Don't get me wrong; they're very good quality. But I do think there's something slightly lacking in the Union. Maybe I'm off on that in your opinion, but I just feel like I feel like it's definitely something there that's
Yeah.
missing after they became so saturated in the market.
No, I mean the Union Sleeks, they sold well, but Union have a sister company called Vespa, which they make only stainless steel pipes. And I thought they would sell well because they don't smoke as open as the Unions. And they're all stainless steel where the Sleeks are either with the wooden sleeve with the Delrim heart and stuff like that. And they're a lot cheaper than the Fibonacci's, which sold well. So I didn't get it. I mean, there's a lot of stuff. The Make Hookahs, they didn't sell as well as we thought they would. But I think the problem we probably have is because we bring out so many products at a time, there's only so many pipes people can buy. And then once they see one person with a pipe on Instagram, they're all going to buy that one. So it's just luck of whoever posts up a shisha first, everyone's going to buy that one. And then all the other ones get put on the back burner.
Definitely word of mouth, I think, is very important in terms of learning and excitement about it. What do you think are ways that you, as an online retailer, really tries to educate your customers about certain items and certain products to tell them why something is exciting or why something should be considered a purchase? How do you go about doing things like that?
Well, we do our stories on Instagram, posts. We're on Discord, we're on Facebook. We do the whole social media bit. We are going to be doing YouTube soon. Just getting the setup. Obviously, you know about getting your whole room set up and stuff. How long it can take. That will be the next step. Um, that's one of the main things we do. We do lives. We used to, not so much now, releasing new products. But the thing is, because we say on our next delivery, we'll have maybe I would say maybe 20 to 30 new pipes. We can't promote every single pipe. There's only so much time we can put into marketing a pipe. But I think once we start doing YouTube, then we'll have more time, and obviously stuff on YouTube is there forever. Versus Instagram, where stories are 24 hours. But I think that's probably the most effective thing now. Just utilizing social media as much as we can.
We have a question from Levant inside of the chat right now. He says, "Hey, Kakas, what is the demographic of smokers in England? Are the mainland Brits more of a weekend smoker and immigrants the regular smokers, or is it anything different than that?"
In lounges, I would say it's probably 80 to 90%, Asian to Arab male, and they'll probably go daily. Um, the other percentage will be probably coming down to like, Eastern European countries, Russia, Ukrainian, Moldovan, Latvian, all those kind of countries. Because now there's quite a few Russian lounges opening up. We just did pipes for one in central London. They're opening up, but I would say it's mostly male. Maybe in lounges anyway, probably 10% female. But I mean, for if they mean like Caucasian Brits, there's probably in lounges, depending on the location, you do get some online more so, but in the UK it's probably majority is probably Asian, Arab kind of descent male smokers.
What do you think the more regular smoking habits are for large groups inside of Europe and stuff? What do you think they levitate towards in terms of what they enjoy smoking? What do you see a lot of the topic and the culture like in European countries and the UK when it comes to smoking hookah?
In terms of tobacco, it's still going to be majority blonde leaf, alfalfa, um, Famari. I mean, obviously, I'm more involved in the enthusiast market, so they're going to be more into like the trifectas, must-have, Tangiers. But I mean, the enthusiast market is, probably 10% of the total market in the UK. So the other 90%, they're probably smoking stuff like Savaco, Starbars, Alfalfa, all those kind of blonde leaves. And they're still probably using KMs, and they don't know any better. And if they're casual smokers, why should they?
That goes on to some of the other questions that we have going on. We were talking about it very briefly in the beginning. How do you? I know that you use Instagram. I know that you have people that you also go through when it comes to promoting products. I've helped promote products for you. Scouts promote products for you. Many other people have done it as well. Like, how do you educate somebody and kind of get them more involved in hookah? And how do you kind of go about that teaching of like, hey, the KM is a very good pipe. There's nothing wrong with it. But have you thought about smoking this pipe over that? Have you thought about looking into a Regal instead of a KM? How do you go about that?
Well, the way it would work for me is I wouldn't go out of my way to sell somebody a pipe. If they contacted me, then I would go through, the normal steps of what are you smoking from now? What pipes have you used before that you liked? What ones have you used that you didn't like? Then I'll say, okay, say you like a KM. I'll say, okay, so then you can buy something like a noob because that has, a neutral draw on it. Or you can buy what's else got a neutral draw on it? You could buy a Vespa. They have a neutral draw on it, and explain to them the difference in the materials. A KM might have a stainless steel downpipe, but the quality of the stainless steel, if you don't look after it, it's going to last you maybe 6 months before it starts to rust. Whereas if you buy, a 3 or 4 stainless steel pipe, it's probably never going to rust if look after it. And it's just if people contact me on Instagram or if they email me, I'll just try and give them as much help as I can with the questions they've got, even if it's a question that I would think is, not it's a silly question. I won't. I'll just try my best to help them.
So I definitely think that one of the best ways that we can go about educating newcomers to hookah and stuff is definitely, hey, thank you so much, Michael, Michelle, for joining and subscribing to the channel. Appreciate that. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We appreciate it here at Morning Hookah. So question for you about that then. and now I've lost my train of thought because the sound that I heard as I was talking completely shocked me for a moment. So I apologize. I'm like a squirrel.
No, it's all right.
um, I think the best way, now I got my train of thought back. I think the best way is for you to be an online presence, right? Like you to be
Yeah,
there so that people can see you, so that they feel comfortable with asking you questions. I feel like, in my opinion, one of the best ways that I've ever gotten to know anybody in terms of smoking hookah and teaching them about hookah is by being an online presence that is able to be approachable. And I think that's so very important in our hobby because we are a very niche hobby in
yeah,
general.
exactly.
So we have to be there to support one another and be there to help one another so that we're able to communicate about why these things are exciting and teach them and explain different things to them. I think that that's very, very important. Hey, guys, I see you typing in the chat right now for the bowls. Don't forget that you can check your loyalty point system here at Morning Hookah. If you type in exclamation bowls, that will tell you how many bowls you have, and you can use those for different activities and fun things on here. I would recommend you don't use slots. Khaled, I know that we try so hard to make slots work, but it is such a dangerous thing to try and win. I saw one person ever hit a jackpot, and they only got a jackpot when they bet one, so they only got 5. So be very careful if you're using slots. But please join us on a heist. If you want to join us in a heist, type in exclamation heist and then put the amount of bowls. You can go up to 50 bowls. Hopefully, win a little bit. I think it's always a lot of fun, and then you can cash those bowls in later for merchandise and different fun stuff that's going to be coming on down the line away of things that are going to be available. All right, let's get back into our topic
But
notes that I have for you.
one thing
Yeah.
further to the online presence, it's a good point, but because that's why I try to make myself as available as I can. So, you know, I get so many questions on Instagram, on Messenger, through email. I try to make myself as available as I can. And obviously, I run the Instagram myself, no one else does. So I can respond to all the questions how I think, people need help. So, but yeah, that's, you're right about the online presence.
And it's so nice to have somebody that is running their own Instagram and their own online presence and stuff. As I talked to Daniel from Shaman Coles, who's also the person that runs it with his partner on their Instagram account. When you're able to actually talk to the person, I think that that is so much more, so much more intimate in the way that you're able to have
Yeah.
that conversation. I think that that is very, very important. Has there ever been anything that you've put on for your sales that has ever surprised you with how well it has sold? Has there ever been a product that you're like, wow, didn't expect that thing to sell out so quickly?
E- Probably stuff like McLeod's. McLeod's, when they're on sale, they fly out. I mean, we had a sale a while ago and they literally all sold out in, I think, a day or two. But I think there are people that, they want to buy something, but they just need to see it's on sale. I think it's like a psychological thing. As soon as it's on sale, they'll buy it.
Hey, saving money is always a good thing. So
Yeah.
I don't doubt that at
Listen,
all.
I don't blame them. I'm
What
always trying
about
to save money.
mouth tips or pokers or like accessory type things or even bowls and stuff? Like, has there ever been a product like that that has surprised you at either how well it is sold or how quickly it's sold?
Um, yeah, actually, the dark side lanyard joystick ones,
All about
because they're
that
quite,
branding, baby.
yeah, because they're obviously quite expensive for a lanyard mouthpiece. I think they retail for about £33, where you can get like a mechanical one for like 12, so almost a third of the price. But yeah, they fly out whenever they're in stock. I mean, we've got maybe a few left now from our third or fourth restock.
Yeah, I
Obviously,
think
Darkside's got massive marketing behind it, so you'd
exactly
expect it to sell out. But
the
for stuff like
branding of that.
lanyards, they don't sell as well here.
I think,
I
it's
don't know
such an
why.
interesting thing about like mouth tips and lanyards and stuff. I definitely like my collection of mouth tips and lanyards that I have from different brands. I think it's really cool, but at the end of the day, like I smoke 90% of the time by myself, so like it's a little bit hard to
Yeah,
be excited about that kind of stuff. I will say though, that when I have the opportunity to go out and be around other people and take my mouth tip with me, it's exciting
yeah,
to have some of the cooler
yeah,
stuff that I have with me to show off, honestly. There's definitely a
yeah.
show off part to it, I think.
Because obviously, we do our shisha meetups.
Yes.
So obviously at those events, you see everyone's got a lanyard on them. So that's a good talking point for people when they meet each other.
Hmm.
Like, oh, you know, where's your lanyard from? This and that. That's a cool Mason one. That's a cool
Yeah.
Ashwood one, or whatever. But yeah, I mean, enthusiasts they'll buy them. But I mean, generally, I don't think that great sellers in general. But
It makes sense. It
I've got a
makes sense.
couple.
Are you familiar with Spire Hookah at all? Spire, the
Yeah,
3D printing company.
yeah,
I think that the idea of doing 3D printed mouth tips are such a cool idea, and I think it's such a great way to personalize a part of the hookah that you are able to show off and take to around. Like, I love my Derek Moses hose that I have, a Tennessee Titans themed one. Obviously, like that's very near and dear to me. I love my Spire mouth tips as well because they're very individual and very unique and stuff. I think that there's definitely something about them that allows for personalization, the customization of
yeah.
them and stuff. We have another question in the chat from Levant once again. He says, I noticed that your website has no shisha tobacco. Do you need a separate license for that, or is that not as profitable?
No, you don't need. You don't really need a license. It's more to do with the payment facilities. A lot of companies here they view tobacco as a high risk commodity. So we should have tobacco on the site. I'm hoping next month. Hoping next month.
Ooh, that's
But
exciting.
hopefully we'll see. But yeah, it's more to do with getting the payment gateway sorted out. That's the biggest issue
Okay, okay,
because
very.
yeah.
Okay, makes sense. Understand you. All right, moving on to some of more of our questions. Like I said, if you have questions in the chat, please drop them down below so I can ask them alongside these questions as well. What are some interesting items that you have seen personally come through? Like you do have the ability to taste or to test all these different products that come through. What has been some of the more exciting items that have come through that you've been excited about personally about them?
Probably the last one was probably the Vespa Bullet. It looks like a AK-47 shell, and it was literally the shisha itself is around maybe 10 kilos, which is I think 22 pounds. That was good. The special hookahs, which was my favorite shisha for last year, the marble finishing on them is amazing. Um,
There was a question about the 47, the those 47 hookahs from Scout Hookah, who said he was interested in getting them. He said that they sold out very quick though, but he was very interested in them, so they did sell very quickly.
yeah, because he came to the warehouse and even he saw one. And he was surprised at how heavy they were.
You
But
guys are
yeah,
that close to each other?
I think how far is Nottingham from me? I think it's a couple hours drive,
No,
or maybe an hour
now
and a
I'm
half.
jealous. Now I'm
Hour? I don't know.
jealous.
But yeah, but I think Waleed he travels a lot for work, so I think he was local to the area, so he came down to the warehouse and he came. You know, I did him a walk around. He picked up a few things and he left a happy boy.
That's always very exciting to be able to see where the magic happens and stuff. I remember when I went to California and going to some of the different spots and stuff. One of the very exciting things for me was to go to the Hookah Lounge warehouse, or Hookah John's warehouse and
Yeah,
stuff. Like that was exciting for me. I started smoking hookah and watching Hookah John videos and like seeing that evolve over time and stuff, and to be in person right there on the casting couch talking to John about hookah and stuff. Like that was a very fun and exciting time for me personally. Like those we are still this hobby is still so much fun. There's so many fun things about it, and no matter how engrossed that I get inside of the industry or the backside of things, like those kind of things will never ever be not exciting for me personally to be able to be a part of. One day I want to make that travel to the UK. I'm going to be going to Ireland eventually, so I have a passport now, so that means that the world is my oyster and it's opened
just
up.
just get a boat, get a ferry over. It's not too far.
I thought about trying to stay a little bit later. We're going there for a school thing for my daughter, and so I'm trying to figure out like, would it be possible to spend a little extra time? I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Another question from Levant. He says, "Is Must Have and Dark Side as expensive in the UK as it is in America?"
Well, it's not legally available in the UK, so I think the 125 gram must-haves go for £25, I believe, which is about $36,
So it sounds like it's a
$37
little
maybe.
more expensive in the UK than actually a
Yeah,
little bit more expensive.
but I mean, if it was legally available here, I think 250 grams here goes for £45,
Wow,
which is, yeah, I don't in dollars.
that's
Is that
pricey.
maybe 78? Yeah, it's maybe
Yeah,
$78 for 250s. So
damn, man.
that's one of the reasons a lot of tobacco companies don't want to come here legally because it's so expensive for consumers here. They don't feel there's a market for it.
It's
The only legal ones we have are Star Bars, Upstore, Overdose, Savaco, Alchemist.
wow. You guys are still
We
living
do
that
we
alchemist lifestyle. Wow.
Yeah, we do have Haze,
Okay.
but for some reason they're only available to lounges. They're not available to like normal consumers. And we have Chaos here now. I think those are all the legit ones we have.
Wow, that is definitely interesting. Levant says we're spoiled in the states with our prices. It's crazy
Mm,
because we are
You
definitely
are.
spoiled in comparison of those prices, and we've seen those prices slowly go up. I remember buying Tangiers for $15 for
I
250 grams.
I think I made an order for Tangiers from Hookah Dash Shisha back in I want to say 2007,
Yeah.
and it was probably around that much.
Yep, that's exactly the time frame that I'm talking about. Like, so crazy. We've definitely seen prices go up, but we are definitely very lucky in comparison to prices from around the world, places like Australia and stuff like that too.
Yeah,
Like,
look, I mean Australia and Japan, it's crazy how much they have to pay for tobacco.
yeah, it is, it's amazing because I would find it very difficult to try to keep this habit of mine, this hobby of mine, something that was so important to me with those kinds of prices. Like that is, my hat's off, and I salute those people and you guys that are paying very very high prices to enjoy this hobby and stuff.
And for them, it's even worse if they buy a flavor they don't like because they've spent such a large amount of money on a flavor, and they're going to be forced to smoke it. Or if they buy them from a company that's had a bad batch, what are they going to do with what can they do with the flavor?
Use it as a mixer.
Exactly. That's what I do.
That's
I never throw a flavor away. I'm tight like that. I'll just mix it with anything.
you just put that at the very bottom of your bowl and you pack everything on top of it. Then you can use a little bit less tobacco, and yeah, that's
Yep.
use it as a
Or
filler.
or or I have a jar when there's like maybe 5 or 6 grams left of a flavor I don't like. I'll throw it in there, and one day I'll smug that jar, and I'll just have the worst session ever. But
At least you didn't waste anything.
exactly,
At
it's all right. You
least
just throw some
I
just
didn't
throw some
waste it.
cane mint in there. It'll taste all right.
There you go. Yeah, exactly. Like I said, just use it as a filler, as a filler flavor, basically. That's cool. That's some great information about those things. I got to ask you, what are some of the more exciting things? Obviously, you said tobacco might be a possibility on the Kakas Hookahs website, but what are some of the exciting things that you have coming up in the near future? You've been doing a great job of doing shisha meetups that you've been a part of, that
Yep.
you've held yourself and stuff. I think that those looked like a fantastic time and a blast. But what are some other exciting things that you have coming up?
Well, you know who Adam is from Shisha Central. He was working on a expo, a hookah club show for the UK that we were going to be involved in. But obviously, with what's going on now, I don't know how likely that's going to be. It was meant to happen next year at some point, so that was probably the biggest thing we were going to have going on.
Fingers crossed.
But
Hopefully that still
yeah,
finds a way to make it happen, but only if there are things that can resolve and be better around the world. Obviously, that's obviously more important than smoking on these hookahs and stuff, but
yeah,
that
exactly.
would have been exciting.
I'm hoping of finding a way of still going to a hookah club show, but it doesn't seem very likely now.
Be
I mean,
careful if
the
you
the
go in
show
there
is.
because you might not be able to get out, so be careful.
I know the Russians aren't really too friendly with us Brits at the moment, so we'll see how it goes. I've got my visa, which is a bit annoying because I had to. It's expensive getting a Russian visa,
Yeah, I
but
was on the verge of getting one before a lot of things happened, and I was unable to get it at the time frame that I would have needed to, so I decided not to worry about it this year. And then, like, almost immediately, all this stuff happened, and I'm glad I didn't pay for the visa for myself, obviously for selfish reasons. But just hopefully things can get resolved and things will end speedier, and there's a good resolution out of all this, though that probably will not be the case.
Hopefully.
Sadly,
I mean, obviously all that stuff's more important than us smoking.
it is. Our hearts and prayers go out to everybody affected, obviously. Is there any products that are coming up around the pipeline? You just so recently on your story, you just had these amazing, gorgeous vases that were shown off. What brand were those?
Caesar. They
oh my
are
gosh!
Czech. They're Czech-made glass, made in Czech Republic.
The colors of those were so beautiful.
Are they available in the US?
That was the first time I had seen them, like, from your story. I would imagine that there's probably somebody that carries them. I'm gonna have to go out and start looking, obviously, because I could not believe you showed this beautiful one that had these blacks and these blues, and they just popped so nicely. They would look beautiful on this Regal. They would look beautiful on my Spire. Like, they would look beautiful sitting on my table. Like, I was so impressed with them.
The pictures and the videos don't do them justice.
I can only imagine.
You need to see them in the flesh. They're amazing, and they're very heavy. I think they're probably maybe close to 2 kilos for one base. That's how thick because obviously they're crystal, it's a lot denser than glass. And because of how thick they are as well, I need to pick one to keep for myself.
You're going to sell out of those pretty quickly, so you definitely will need to. Kakas, which club do you support is a question that just came in through the chat. I'm assuming lounge. Which lounge do you support?
I think he means football team.
He's talking about football. Football,
not soccer.
I didn't say that. I didn't say it. I didn't say it.
Have to keep everyone happy. I know it's probably not the best thing to say. I'm not the biggest football fan.
Okay.
But if I did support a team, it probably what's my closest team here? It's probably Tottenham or Arsenal is probably closest to me.
Isn't like the right answer supposed to be like Manchester United? Isn't that what everyone is supposed to say?
Yeah, but I don't. Manchester's a few hundred miles away from me. So I wouldn't support them.
Yeah, I support the Tennessee Titans for football teams. That's what we're talking about, right?
No, we're talking about.
I'm kidding.
I'm assuming.
I'm kidding. I'm just.
Go Patriots! Go Patriots!
Hey, you know what? Ever since Tom Brady left, all of a sudden they became like a much more like underdog story that I personally was like, I hope they do okay. I hope they figure it out.
The GOAT left. He'll be back. Don't worry.
I don't know
what they feed that guy, but.
He says he's done. He's gonna go do it. He's gonna become an actor. He's gonna go do a movie or something like that. So I don't know. I think we'll see Tom Brady back in some respect inside of football. There is no right answer. The wrong answer would be the Tottenham.
Tottenham.
Yeah, Tottenham. Man, I can't pronounce that. Why you throw me on the spot like that, Levant? You haven't been around long enough to know that I don't pronounce things well. I've probably completely destroyed your name this entire morning, so apologies for that. But I think we are done with the topic and the interview of the show, so we're going to go ahead and move on to my favorite part of today, which is the game that we're going to be playing. Before we get into the game, I do want you guys to be aware and know that Kakas Hookahs, Awan, Shisha, and Shaman Coles, we've all got together and we have a gigantic international level giveaway that is going to be for both the US, Canada, as well as the UK, EU. So it's so simple to enter into this. Very, very simple to enter into this. All you have to do is go follow me on Instagram, instagram.com/morninghookah. And my recent post, my newest post that I have is for the items that are going to be winnable on there. If you are in the USA, USA and Canada, the winner is going to be able to receive a Fumant, I think is how you pronounce it, Fumant, Mist Hookah, Zanbag, Shisha, Shaman Edition Bowl, as well as a box of Shaman Cole as well. If you're in the UK or EU, the winner will get a Nova Smoke Max bundle with extra Shaman Cole as well. This is amazing because there's not just going to be the one winner. There's going to be a winner in the US and Canada as well as a winner for the UK and the EU as well. There's going to be 2 winners in this. Two
Oh,
winners.
two. Oh, two.
Yeah, two. And wait, are you giving away more stuff? Are you going to give away two of them?
Um, why not? Let's do. First prize is the Nova Smoke Max bundle, and
Mm-hmm.
the second prize can be a £50 gift voucher.
Oh, a 50. What? This happened live right now. You're the first ones to hear about it. The UK is going to have two winners. You're going to have a first prize winner getting the Novamax bundle with the extra shaman coal, and a second prize winner in the UK is going to also be going to get a 50 pound. I was going to say dollar, but pound. 50-pound voucher for kakashookahs.com. Thank you so much for that. I will update that, but all you got to do is follow me on Instagram, instagram.com/morninghookah, and then click on that post and go to my bio. And in my bio, there is a link there for a raffle that you're going to be able to enter into that. The raffle is super simple, super easy. All you got to do is log into it, and once you log into it, then you're going to just do the simple things of liking a post, commenting on a post, following myself, Kakas, Awan, Shisha, Shaman Coles. Follow me on here on youtube.com/morninghookah. Simple stuff. All you got to do is enter those things. The raffle doesn't cost you anything to enter into, and we will be giving that away in, I think it's about, I have 13 days, which is a very much long time to go. So I think we're going to keep up with that. So it's going to be another 13 days away, 2 weeks basically, and we'll be giving that away. So thank you for adding to the giveaway, making it even more delicious. Appreciate that.
Well, you had me on today, so.
We appreciate it very, very much. Let me see if there's anything inside of the chat that's going up right now. Thank you guys so much for stopping by, hanging out with us, and being a part of this. We are going to play a game at the moment. It is a very fun game. This game is called They Told Us What It Was. Can we guess what it is? This is a very simple game. I'm going to tell you the flavor description of a flavor.
Okay.
Your goal is to then tell me the brand and the flavor name of that. If you're able to get both, you get 2 points. If you can only get the flavor, then you get 1 point. I can give you a hint. The hint is the name of the brand of that tobacco, and it'll cost you the 1 point. So you're still capable of getting 1 point for it. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 flavors on here. So you have a possibility of getting 12 points. Your goal to be considered the winner is going to be 7 points. If you get 7 points or more, you win. If you get less, then you lose. And you have to do a punishment. Are you ready for this?
Go on.
He didn't even agree to this, but he's so game. He's such a good guest, such a good guy. I want you, because now that I know that you have a bunch of flavors that you don't like, I want you to load a bowl of all those flavors you don't like. And
just smoke them. Okay.
That's only if you lose. So you have the possibility of not needing to go through that. You just have to win. You just need 7 points.
Let's do this.
We haven't had anyone lose the game yet, so I believe in you. I'm going to give you a test question so you understand how the game works. If I told you that a flavor description is cherry, lime, and soda, what would you guess that flavor and brand to be?
Tangiers cherry limeade?
That would be correct, and you would get both points for that. So everything makes sense on how this game works?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to get a drink of water. Throat's killing me.
Hydration.
I woke up this morning to 1 degree weather. 1 degree.
I don't know what that, because you guys are on
Fahrenheit.
the other.
So it's 32 degrees Celsius, I believe.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something like that. It's cold. It's cold here. All right, let's go ahead and get into this. Here's your first flavor description. Ready for this? All right.
Let's do it.
Sweet with a layer of cherry on top.
Sweet with a layer of cherry on top. Maraschino cherry. Tangiers.
That is incorrect. Would you like to use a hint for the brand?
Sweet with a layer of cherry on top. Trifecta spumoni?
That is not correct. Last chance to use a hint.
Okay, go on. Let's give a hint.
Okay, the brand is Azor.
Cherry muffin.
That is incorrect. This is
Oh.
Cairo Crypt tonight.
Okay.
So that one is
Okay.
a 0 point. 0 point.
Okay.
Here's your next one. It's hard to describe this tobacco. Feels like you are breathing in a forest. Don't be surprised if you get traces of cinder wood in your bowl. Feels like you are breathing inside a forest. Don't be
Is it
surprised.
that dark side, that cedar one?
It is not dark side.
Trifecta natural order?
It is not trifecta.
I need a hint.
The brand is Starbuzz.
Oh, is it Lebanon bombshell?
It is. Congratulations.
Ugh.
You got 1 point on that. 1 point on that.
Damn.
I think you'll get this one. I think you'll get this one. I believe in you. I believe in you. I think you'll
What?
get 2
You're
points
taking-
on this.
You're taking pity on me now.
No. This I think you got this. You got. I believe in you. You got this. A distinct, genuinely long-lasting, sweet, rich taste is a legend in its own time. It's a legend in its own time. Legend.
Long-lasting sweet. There's a legend.
I'll tell you right now that this is a terrible flavor description of this flavor.
Starbucks Blue Mist?
It is not Starbuzz.
Oh, yeah, because that's not long-lasting. Sorry, guys.
No. I love it. Focus on this part. Legend in its own time. Think of the tradition of hookah.
Double apple.
From
Vodka.
from
Nakla.
Nakla. There you go.
That's not sweet or long-lasting either. Come on.
This
Who
is
did
the flavor
what-
description
What website is this? I need to have a
from
word.
the Nakla website.
Oh, whoa.
That is how they chose to describe Nakla 2 apples, a distinctive, genuinely long-lasting, sweet, rich taste. And there's no commas in this, so it's terrible. It's horribly written. This is how I'm supposed to say this, okay? A distinctive, genuinely long-lasting, sweet taste. It's a legend in its own time. That's how they wrote it.
That couldn't be anything further from what Nakla Double Apple is. Because Double Apple Nakla is more anise than the apple flavor, whereas Alfalfa is a bit more of the apple over the anise.
Levant says double apple. He guessed it. He says Kakas is thinking too hard. I also thought you were thinking a little too hard because I kept. That's why I kept saying legend. Think of the word legend.
I was thinking. For some reason I was thinking of Argolini Blue Legend, and I was like, it wouldn't be that.
That one I've never heard of.
Oh yeah, well there you go.
Yeah, this is okay. So you have 3 points right now. You have 3 points.
Damn.
You only need 4
How
more
many
points,
more?
and you have 3
How
more
many-
guesses or 3 more flavors.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Here
I
we
need
go.
a 2.
Signature taste of lollipops with a double effect. I think this is a bad description. I'm just gonna say when I was looking at this brand, I'm gonna give you a small hint. That's not gonna cost you anything, but you told me you like this brand. When I was looking at this brand and I saw this description, I was like, that's the one. That's the one.
Tangiers.
Is that your guess, or do you want to maybe guess the other one that you told me you liked?
Blackburn.
Okay. What flavor do you think it is?
Blackburn lollipops.
Signature taste of lollipops. Huh?
Lemon sweets?
Not lemon sweets.
No.
Signature taste of lollipops with a double effect.
Oh, Chubba Graper.
It is not.
Oh, that's a lollipop. That's
I thought this was a weird way to describe this flavor. Are you ready for this? You got 1 point.
oh, go on.
This is Blackburn Melon Halls.
Halls aren't lollipops.
That's what it said. Look at the description for it.
That's probably a bad Russian translation.
It very well could be, but luckily I only
So
copy the description. That's all I do here. All
we
right,
should have
so
stuck with like American brands. That.
then you'll like
But
these
anyway,
last two then. You
oh,
have
damn.
4. You have 4 points. You have 4 points. 2 questions to go.
93. Oh,
So 4 points are still on the table. All right, you still you can win this. You're still good. And this one's a good one. This one's not a bad flavor description. So if you know this flavor, I feel like you'll be fine. Orange rinds coffee bean.
Trifecta. Seville orange. Is it trifecta? What's that orange one called? Is it
Chat.
trifecta?
Chat. Should I give him, if the name's not perfect, should I give him the point if the flavor's not perfect? What do you think, chat? I need a judge to help me along with this one a little bit.
Adjudication.
I need some judge to help me. Levant says it's like that breakfast cereals. That is not the correct answer. He says it was fruit cocktail, but it could have just as been easily double apple. That's why I said he was thinking too hard. That doesn't sound good. I just went down to 5-Star Hookah, and they had the last pack of Eternal Smoke, that coffee flavor, WC. It was amazing. I'm glad you're enjoying. So Mescout, you can't see the chat, correct?
No.
Okay, Mescout is correct in it. I have somebody says win. Somebody says yes. All right, I will give you the point for it. It is orange Seville coffee. Orange Seville coffee. You said Seville orange. So you were right there. I knew you know what I was talking about. So I'm going to give you the 2 points. Here's the fun part about this. You have 1, 3, 4, 5, 6 points. You only need 1 point of this to win.
As long as I can get the brand flavor on my head.
You only need 1 point. You only need 1 point. Cucumber crisp with a little fruit. Mescout Hookah says yes, help him.
Cucumber. Okay. Okay, who does cucumber flavors? Must Have does, Hookah Black does, and Azor does.
I'll tell you that this is not a must-have because I want to ask your opinion. Have you tried the cucumber flavor from Must Have?
I haven't yet. I do want to try it.
I have such a weird opinion of cucumber flavors because cucumber, hear me out real quick and then we'll get back to the game. Cucumber is not like a sweet flavor. It's water.
Yeah.
Cucumber is basically just vegetable water. And every time I smoke cucumber, I have this weird thing that happens to me where I smoke it and I taste it and I'm like, oh, that's really good. And then I take another puff of it and I'm like, that's not very good. And then I smoke it again and I'm like, oh, that's pretty good. I have such a weird love-hate relationship with cucumber flavors because they're great at what they do, but what they do is almost nothing.
Yeah. It's just like tasting green water.
It's so weird. I don't know what to think of it. I try to mix it, but the cucumber flavor is always very strong. And I always go through the same thing of, what is this? What is this flavor? Why do I not and like it at the same time? I don't know.
I did like the Hookah Black one when they did the cucumber lemonade.
That was pretty good. I did like that. It had the lemon and the sweetness to it. That was pretty good. Let's get back to this this guessing game.
Okay. So
cucumber crisp with a little fruit.
Is it Azor?
It is not Azor. I will not charge you a hint for that. I will charge you a hint if I tell you another no.
Who does the other bloody cucumber? It's not Azor.
The only cucumber I've ever tried was Afzal cucumber, and it was more like a pickle than it was a cucumber. It was the worst flavor I have ever smoked. It was horrible.
Oh.
This is not Azor. Muscout is telling me, oh man, cucumber and pineapple. I'm not a big pineapple fan either. I've had good pineapples, but I'm just not a huge fan.
Have you had pineapple rings?
I did not order pineapple rings. I'm not a pineapple guy, and I didn't want to take the risk of not enjoying it. I got coconut shake, and a lot of people told me to be hesitant about coconut shake from Mustache.
Yeah, yeah. It's got kind of a cocktail kind of
Hmm.
aftertaste to it, but
I thought I would mix it with the mango
is
slices.
is it Tangiers?
It's Tangiers.
Was it
Can you get the flavor?
Summer Resort?
Congratulations! You have just won the game. They told us what it was. Can we guess what it is? With 8 points, you have successfully won the game. Congratulations. Woo. Woo.
What we'll do is, how about we do this?
Okay.
We'll do a live
Mm-hmm.
where we both pack a bowl. Have you got excess flavor that you don't like as well? Are you in the same position as me, or have you got?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got flavors. I got flavors, and I've never smoked WTO red chili. I've oil. I've never smoked tomato, and I've never smoked basil. I have some flavors that I'm scared to smoke. Not gonna lie.
Listen, the 2 meetups ago we did a full bowl of the chili. It's unsmokable. It will literally melt your throat. It was one of the challenges. No one could do it.
I don't want to do that. I'll mix it with something.
Okay, let's do that.
All right.
We'll do 2 bowls of this.
Whatever
Well,
we don't want to smoke is what we'll pack for
Yes.
that live.
Yeah.
So be following us on Instagram, either at official Kakas Hookahs on Instagram or Morning Hookah on Instagram, because that live will be happening, and it will be terrible. It'll be painful,
Yep.
and we won't enjoy it, but for the views, we'll do it.
Let's do it.
All right. That is it. You have won the game. Congratulations. I knew you could do it. I believed in you the whole time. That is the game that we like to play here on Morning Hookah. They told us what it was. Can we guess what it is? There's going to be graphics and audio and animation and all sorts of fun stuff that's going to be coming up in the future for that, because that is the game of Morning Hookah that I've been having so much fun playing with everybody that stops by and is a guest here on the show. So,
I wanted Wordle.
did you see what I did with Daniel?
Yeah, I watched it.
Here's the problem with Wordle is I realized it like far too late, like when he was guessing like Tangiers and Darkside, and they were like 8-letter words. It's like, what other word could it be?
Yeah.
Like
I
it was
know.
it's so terrible. In like hookah was okay, bull was okay. I need smaller words that other words could also possibly be.
Yeah.
So I want to work
Yeah.
on the Wordle game, because I do think if I can jump on that trend while it's
Yeah.
still hot, that'll be the thing that takes me to the moon. All right. Well, I appreciate you coming in and hanging out with me and chatting about your online sales. Learned a ton about it, and just really appreciate the fact that you just took time out of your day and your week to be a guest here on the show. Really do appreciate it a lot. And hopefully in the future we can do something again like this and have a lot of fun. And yeah, I just want to say thank you once again.
For you, Matt, anytime. Just
Thank
let
you.
me know.
Thank you guys so much for watching Morning Hookah. Appreciate everybody a part of it and stopping by. Thank you, Levant. Thank you, Muskouts. Thank you, Hoocha Mac. Thank you, Toasty Cheesy. Thank you, Levant, if I didn't already say it. Thank you, Hookahs and Afros. Thank you so much for everybody that stopped by and said hello. Really do appreciate it so very much. We are here every single Saturday, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Yeah, until next time, we like to say here, I'll see you when the smoke clears. So I will see you when the smoke clears. Bye, everybody.
Appreciate it. Bye.